Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, while we were running the Tat Trail, I ran into another problem with Sumo KTM 790 Adventure R. And I had a screw come loose from the shifter connect rod, and I'm going to apply a fix for that. So I've had another problem, I'm going to apply another fix. So let's take a look at what happened. If you look right here at this hex screw, that is not the original screw. What happened is this vibrated loose, despite the fact that I checked it before we left on vacation. This vibrated loose, and when that rod comes off, you can't shift the bike. So I was stranded on the side of the road, and you'll see it in a later video on the Tat Trail where we got stuck. Roy had to go back to town, find a 6mm screw, and bring it back, and we got the bike fixed and on our way. But what I want to do is apply a fix where this is going to be unlikely to happen. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So I removed the hex head screw, and this is what I'm going to replace it with. Now this is a 40mm length screw, and it's going to have to be cut down. But I have an internal lock washer on there that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to use a locking like a nylon nut on the back side to jam in there. So I'm going to use some blue Loctite. This piece here is threaded, so I'm going to use some blue Loctite, and then I'm going to put the locking nut on the back side of this arm here and jam that. And so that should make that piece pretty resistant to vibration. So it's going to have the Loctite on it and a jam nut. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put a permanent mark on the screw where it just comes through on the back side of that, and now I can tighten a nut on there, and that'll mark where I need to cut this off at. And I'll do two of them because I'll do the top and bottom of that connector. Okay, I'm going to do a little trick here that Roy showed me. I've put one of those locking nuts on the screw where I want to cut it off, and so I'll go ahead and cut it off where it just clears the screw, and then I'll go ahead and back that screw off, and that'll help remove the burr that I create from hacksawing this off. Well, I've got the top one done already, and I'm going to put the internal tooth locking washer on it. A little bit of Loctite here. Then I'll line this up. Take my metric Allen wrench. Snug that up. Oops, hit the camera there a little bit. Okay, I got those nice and snug. Now I need to check and make sure that there's not going to be any clearance problems. Well, after test fitting, the top one works fantastic the way I wanted to fix it. The bottom one ends up having a fitment problem because of the guard for the chain here. And so you have to keep the original screw in the bottom here. But I did Loctite it in so that it shouldn't back out. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to keep the hex head for down here because it's the correct length, and that'll be a spare for that one. And then the other one that I cut that's longer, that has the nut in the back, I will keep that as a spare also in my tank bag. And that way, if for some crazy reason that this ever comes undone, whether it be the top screw or the bottom screw, I'll have a spare on hand so I'll never get stuck in the boondocks. Hey, I want to give you a little bonus feature here on this video. Hang on just a second, let me get the camera turned around and I'll show you. Now some of you may already know this feature. I didn't know it and I discovered it by accident. But when you have the KTM 790 Adventure R on cruise control, if you roll the throttle back past what would normally be closed, just roll it back physically, that turns off the cruise control. What a super duper feature. You don't have to hit the clutch, you don't have to hit the brake, don't have to switch it off. All you have to do is roll off the throttle and that'll disengage the cruise control. I can't believe I didn't know this before, but it's pretty cool. Okay, I took the bike for a test ride. It runs through all the gears, no fitment issues. Just keep in mind you can only do that fix that I got for putting the jam nut on the backside for the top of the arm there for the shifter, not the bottom part. Loctite both of them, and that'll probably make it a lot safer and carry a spare with you like I plan on doing from here on out. Well, if you like this video, please give it the big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.